So materials, shaders, and textures. These three things can be terribly confusing when you're first starting. And I remember being really confused and thinking that these three things were kind of the same thing, and they're not. It's very, very simple. 2D images are going to be textures. Textures go into shaders. And shaders define things like diffuse, specularity, refraction, things like that, subsurface scattering. And then the shaders go into the material. The material defines object assignments primarily. There's a couple miscellaneous properties we'll get into, but primarily object assignments, where these shaders are actually going to be assigned to. So in terms of Blender, for example, if we select on any object right here, we'll see the material down here in the material tab right up here. So this whole thing right up here controls the material. And we have a little bit of a control over the material right here. Okay. So the material itself is not this little chrome ball right here. If we go to preview, this right here is going to be a preview of what's in the shader itself. And the shader itself is everything that we see inside of here, this entire network. And textures, we've already worked with a texture already. If we go into object to our world context right here, we'll see that this is going to be the environment. Okay, so over here in the world properties, this is what we built out in a node-based form. So earlier when we were doing the HDRI in the environment, we kind of built this all in the properties panel over here. So this itself would be the texture. This would be the shader. And then in the next chapter, we'll start getting into actually how to control these materials a little bit.